All right, so we're moving pretty fast on this project here. Today we're going to go ahead and get the crank out of this bike as well as the transmission, kind of clean up the gaskets off of the case halves themselves, and just kind of get it ready to put back together whenever I get the crank back from being rebuilt. Also going to pull out all the bearings and whatnot. So I still got parts on the way, so it's going to be kind of a standstill for a little bit after this video. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and remove these shift forks first. So you're gonna carefully pull these forks out. You wanna mark which one goes where. Pull that one out too. Pretty hard to get these mixed up. You're gonna take this shift drum out as well as this fork and put them aside. I always have the worst trouble with the one on the bottom, no matter what bike I'm working on. There we go. Okay, so this is the left side. It's going in there. Okay. There's the right side. I marked which one goes where. The top one has the 4L on it. The bottom one has the 4R. I'll go ahead and throw those in this box to my right that you can't see. Let's see. You can take this bearing off. Just don't forget that there's a washer that goes on top of that one. Okay, so this next part is gonna be getting the transmission actually out of the cases. So this is a pretty tricky part, so I'll do my best to get it on camera. The last bike I did, I was able to get both the transmission out, both sides out at the same time. This one, I believe, is gonna have to go one at a time. So, all right, let's get going. This is my least favorite part of the whole thing, really. I'm always scared I'm gonna drop the transmission because I know a guy that actually happened to. Okay, there's one part. Oh shit. And that's how you do it. There is a washer on the right transmission that sits underneath it. Don't forget that on the actual bearing itself. Cool. Okay. Sits in there like that. You got a washer on this side here, which is on the left, this side of the transmission. There's no washer underneath there. You got a washer on the side that faces the bearing, and then the side that faces up. See what I'm saying? Cool. Here's a better look at the transmission itself. This is the right side. It's got a washer that sits on the end of it. There's a washer on the back side that faces down. There's no washer on this side. And then behind this bearing, there's a washer. So now that you got that stuff out of the case, we can actually take the crank out. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and use our Tusk case splitter one more time in order to get this crank out of this case half. And then from there, I'll start getting some of the gasket off of the other side. You guys don't need to watch all of that. It's just using a razor blade. It's really easy. I'm sure you guys already knew that and didn't need my stupid ass to tell you that. Again, this is a 17mm socket you're going to be using. Let's see, it doesn't have to be super tight. Make sure it's centered on there, obviously. Okay. Okay. So you're going to want to like keep your hand underneath this just in case, because it's gonna drop. Crank is officially out of the cases. So right now would be a great time to grab the crank seal out of the case. Also, there's a little collar that sits inside the crank seal that the crankshaft actually rides in. So don't lose that. I already bagged it up, but go ahead and throw that in your box of parts. This crank seal is pretty stuck, so I'm gonna go ahead and just heat up the case around it. I don't really care about it anyways. I'm just gonna check it. I got new ones on the way. But I don't think this was a problem at all in regards to this bike running. Nothing like the smell of burning rubber. There we go. There we go. Just gonna work it out like that. I'm sure there's better ways of going about this. There we go. Come on, baby. Almost there. There we go. Just like that, it's out. Okay, I just wanted you guys to listen to this main bearing versus this main bearing. This is the ignition side main bearing. Nice and crunchy in there. Loud. Quiet, smooth. Can't even barely hear it. Ooh, it's got a little, it sticks a little bit. These bearings are just toast. They're ready to be gone. They're ready to be replaced. Okay, I'm just gonna get to work with a razor blade getting this off of here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a time lapse. That way you guys don't have to sit here and be bored. So it's pretty close to being done. I mean, I think this really is the factory gasket on there because it is super hard to get off. But yeah, I mean, I got to do a couple more things here, but man, that took forever. Okay, so we're gonna start taking these bearings out of these case halves. So first thing we're gonna do, I guess this is clutch side. We're gonna take out these retainers. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? Let's double check. Yeah, those two bolts right there. We're gonna take those out and set those aside. 8mm socket, 8mm bolts. Okay. Do not lose these. That'd be a really bad thing. You'd be paying a visit to eBay really quick if so. There was one thing I found when I was scraping those gaskets. There is a little rubber stopper type thing that sits right here in the case. I've already got it in a bag, but it just literally sits underneath there, underneath the gasket that was right here. So don't forget that. Okay, so we're gonna go to the other case half and get these retainers out. Just a heads up, they are JIS bits, so you're gonna need a JIS screwdriver. Also, there's red Loctite on those, so you're gonna need a torch. I'm gonna be using MAP gas. Oh, there we go. Sweet, I got that on camera. Cool. That's how you do it. I think I had better luck heating the actual bolt itself, screw bolt, whatever you want to call it. Let's do the other one. Damn, dude. Again, do not use a Phillips on this screw. I have an impact that's a JIS. Let's see if that'll work. Let's get up the other side of the case, I guess. Just keep heating it, I guess. Got it. Oh shit. Man, these things are not messing around. Okay, now that we got those out, we are going to focus on the actual main bearings as well as the transmission bearings. So yeah, these are, I didn't really want to do the transmission bearings all that bad, but there's a couple that are, so they're kind of crunchy. That one's good. This one's good, like the shift drum's good. This one's not. This one's okay. I just think that this bike just needed some updating. Oh shit, dude, yeah. Yeah, that's, I can feel it crunching in there. Let's get them out. 27mm socket. Fits right in the ignition side of things. We're gonna heat up the case. Oops. Should just fall out. You guys can see it. Okay. Right there. Okay, so I forgot that I actually have a seal driver, and I don't have a socket that's going to be like the exact same size as that. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as a number 3. But as like last time, we're just going to heat it up. And then we're going to punch it out, not from this side though. Might need another can of MAP gas before I'm done with this. it's not even moving. Maybe way more heat. Oh, that came out. That was nice of it. That was the shift drum bearing. Cameron from Prime MX likes to put his cases in the oven, and then they just drop out. I should have tried that actually, now that I think about it. Try this again. There we go. Not bad. While we're here, let's see if we can't get that other one to drop out. There we go. Didn't even need to tap on it. Moving right along. Okay, so this is the clutch side and of the case, and we got all the bearings out of it. So we only got one or two more on the other side. Jeez, dude. These bearings are coming out way easier than the last bike I did. Yeah, see that? That's a good one. Well, it's got something wrong. It's got something in it. Maybe a piece of sand. Okay, the last thing is going to be this one. And I don't have a bearing puller, so I'm going to have to call it for now and go grab something from Harbor Freight or Lowe's or something to get that out of there. Okay, so I'm going to experiment with something here. I'm going to go ahead and heat this up from the back side and just tap on it and see if it'll pop out of there. Let's give it a try. Oh shit. Oh, maybe this will work. Yeah. I'm just working it out with this screwdriver. Okay, let's just try it from this side then. You guys can see it. Might actually just need a bearing puller. I don't want to gouge up the case, you know? The last bike I did, they said, you don't need to take this bearing out. Yeah, don't do what I'm doing. Just go get a bearing puller. You're gonna fuck your case up. Don't do that. Okay, I wouldn't recommend what I did, but I wound up just kind of destroying this bearing to get it out because I don't have a blind bearing puller. And then obviously all the little bearings came out of here. And then I had this thing for like, I forget what this is called. It's for like taking plastics off of like your truck or like the plastic off ATVs or whatever. And it was sitting in there like that. And I just pried it up and finally it just popped out. I read somewhere that you really do not ever really have to replace this bearing, but I did just because I don't know if this thing's ever been rebuilt. The bearing seemed okay, but I'd rather be, you know, safe than sorry. The crank is actually pretty good too, but still, you know, I don't know anything about this bike. So having all the bearings replaced is kind of peace of mind. We got these cases all prepped for cleanup, and we got all the bearings out of there. Got most of the gasket off the sides of the cases. Just waiting for parts at this point, and then we'll be able to continue on with this build. I was looking at this crank, and I mean, there's no up and down play. It seems like it's in really good shape. I'm on the fence to even send it out just to kind of, I don't know, get the project rolling even quicker than it already is. But again, it's, you know, 30 degrees in Priest River right now, so it's not like I got a whole lot going on in regards to riding. So anyways, thanks again for watching my stuff. Next video will drop sometime in the next week or so. It's right around Christmas time, so and I'm still, like I said, I'm still waiting for parts. So I hope you're enjoying this build as much as I am. I am really excited to see where this goes. Thanks again, guys. Peace.